20 things you missed in Manware.
Okay,
I hate
that. I hate that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
You.
All the things you missed in Manware. The first girl that we see in Manware has 2 robotic legs, which is part of the reason why she has no upper body strength. Similarly, the character of Jay, yes, I got the name right this time, has a robotic arm. Jay also possesses 1 robotic leg on the opposite side of his body. Ace also has a robotic arm, but he uses it in a very different way. For instance, Jay uses his for punching, Ace uses his for whatever the hell this is. Olive doesn't possess any cyborgic traits, except for 1. Every single one of the main characters has a little USB plug on the left side of their neck. They stick things in it. It's deeply unsettling. We never see Olive's ears, and this might not seem like a very big deal. However, this is Manware. They all have technologically advanced parts that could mean life or death. Show us your ears, girl.
What the crap, dude?
You just had to smash that window, didn't you?
I wasn't just gonna let that girl die.
You know, I grew up in that house.
Let's look a little bit closer at what's actually in that house. Well, it's a 2-bedroom house in a big city, so you have to admit his parents are probably loaded. The furniture is kind of minimalistic, but it sort of gives a chic, modernist vibe, like those Pinterest rooms that look like no one has ever lived in there. That's what you grew up in, isn't it? We also see a few pictures of what I would assume to be Jay's mother, father, and younger sibling. We don't see them in the show, so we have to assume they are dead. Even though both of his parents are dead, that didn't stop them from kind of trashing the place. You can see A-Poke is on the wall right here. I think that's a cameo. There's also several games of X's and O's. How the fuck did I forget what tic-tac-toe was? Ace has a little depression stack of mugs over here, but I'm gonna give him some slack. They also have a game of hopscotch on the floor. There's also a little day tally for, how much time has passed. Let me count these. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, oh, shit. It's about 3 months. Which begs the question, what have they been doing for food? We definitely see a few cans laying around, but, that's 3 months. The average person has 3 meals a day. These guys definitely don't look starved. How the hell do they have enough food? Hear me out. We see the outwards robotic parts, but what about the internal robotic parts? I don't know what their guts look like, and I have a feeling some of their organs have been replaced. I think, judging by everyone's sort of startled reaction to when Ace proclaimed he was hungry, Olive and Jay don't experience hunger in quite the human way. They're very, well, I wouldn't say so of Olive, but I would go so far as to say Jay is probably a little bit more robotic than the others, simply because he was the one that had the rich parents, and visually he has 2 limbs, not just 1. The only thing that he seems actually interested in consuming is coffee. And also bacon, which I have to question how safe that is to eat. And that's probably because this is a YouTube cartoon and I shouldn't be going CinemaSins on it. I'm sorry, James. Olive's holographic desktop shows this cool red cowgirl chick. Similarly, she has a keychain on her keyboard. Nice. If you look into the back in Jay's house, you can see they were playing a game of Hangman and the answer was anime. And if you actually look at the files on her digital desktop, you can see she's got a folder for anime. I wonder what you're hiding in there.
You have nearly 50,000 pictures of girls making out.
And if you look at the files over here, you can see me.
Ow! Olive!
There's less. I don't know.
Okay, suit yourself.
Where's Ace?
He escaped already. Back up the car.
Ace!
Whenever I make jokes about not trusting Jay, this is what I mean. They stopped at Dub Bang Groceries in the later half of the episode, and when they were there, Ace was looking for food in the section the above sign. It says international food, noodles, soup, and clothes. Why does it say that? Well, it's from this iconic skit. It's a callback.
There's more soup! What do you mean there's more soup? There's just more soup! Go into the next aisle! There's still soup! Where are you right now? I'm at soup! What do you mean you're at soup? I mean I'm at soup! What store are you in? I'm at the soup store! Why are you buying clothes at the soup?
So it's funny that in aisle 3 of this grocery store, they have clothes in the soup aisle. Because clothes wouldn't be in the soup aisle, but if you were looking... Like I said, the grocery store that they're at is called Dub Bang Groceries. I wasn't sure what that word means, but it doesn't really matter because you can see certain letters have fallen off the sign. This shows it's got a secret second meaning completely outside of what the original word was. And that word is Groceries. I wonder what that means. There's this character, Wes, that's introduced at the very end of the episode, and he looks like Jesus. And he also seems to know things that the others don't. He might be the key to solving this whole issue. Hi, Sonny. Hi. When they're breaking into the grocery store...
This might work.
When we see Wes later escaping from the pharmacy inside that grocery store, he grabs one that says extra large on it. So I think that's going to pack a punch in a little while. Olive might call this adrenaline, and Ace injected it into his bloodstream. But we all know what it is, and it is cocaine. The possible password for entry into the grocery store was 15 symbols long. Jesus Christ.
Your arm. Holy crap, dude. Are you...
Jay gets his arm busted, but that's okay because he can already do push-ups with only one arm. The problem is it's his flesh arm. A can that Olive crushes is called Whoopsie Juice, and this is a joke because, you know, whoops, accidentally let the enemies know where she was. All of the enemies have whited out eyes, which I can only imagine is an homage to the old Herobrine shtick. There's a sign at the back of the grocery store that says, "Sorry, we only carry canned food, but wouldn't that be great in a zombie apocalypse?" or something like that. In the last second of the credits, there's a cipher that pops up, and I'm going to decode it for all of you. Clearly, the Jewish star, point, and Y shape is J, because J for Jew. That means all instances of the Y are Y, and there's nothing that these two frowny faces could be except for an O and a U, so I'm just going to have it be alternating O or U any other time the frowny faces show up. U for upset. Similarly, the suns that go after the J's probably symbolize S's, so possessive. Keyboard is olive. The T is probably Christ. The drop is more of a symbolic crying reaction than an actual word because I've given up on these being actual words. Similarly, the flag represents safety. I got stumped after this point. I don't know what this means. Further reason for you to actually watch the episode and try and figure it out. And that's 20 things you probably didn't notice in Manware. I've been brainrotting this little indie series for the past weekend, and I really think it deserves more love, so please go check it out, watch it, enjoy it. It's a shockingly high-quality indie show, especially from such a small team, and yeah, it really deserves more. Also, it's got a GoFundMe, so